Hey there, I'm Ricardo Costa and today I wanted to create a fantasy glowing effect with an elephant. I wanted to explore this technique, so I will share with you how I made it. So first of all, let's select the elephant, which will be our main subject in the image. Select, copy and paste the elephant in our art world. Then, with the quick selection tool, you can start selecting. Or if you want, you can simply try here on top, select subject, and Photoshop will calculate the selection. Then, click on select and mask here on top to refine more the details of the selection and set the output to layer mask and hit OK. Now I will paste a rocky texture that will be the ground where the elephant will be. With the pen tool, I will crop the parts that I don't want. I will use the pen tool because for this selection I think I get a better result. And then I create a mask of it. Now let's add some sky to the image and put it below our layers. To make the image look at night, add a new color lookup layer and select Moonlight. Now let's reduce the brightness of the image and add a bit more contrast. To help that, I added also a black and white layer and set the opacity to 50% to get more realistic night colors and shades. Now let's add some glowing to the elephant horns. I think those horns were a bit small and I wanted to make them bigger. So with the pen tool I selected and create a new layer with them and arrange the size to one that I like it more. Don't forget to erase the others below and correct some skin of the elephant. This is important. Then I duplicated the horns and put them above the image and changed the layer mode to linear dodge, add. And add some blur starting at 5. I duplicate it again in the same mode, but now with the 100 blur. And then again, but 250 blur. And at last blur at 500. This makes the horns brighter and the size of the light is more realistic and faded. I grouped all horns layers and now I will add some color to it with a hue and saturation layer clipped to the group below. Don't forget to check the colorize checkbox in order to add the color to all image, and then I choose a yellow-orange color to be more close to the light at night. The elephant needs to be more realistic, so let's darken him a little bit by adding some curves with more dark and create a mask of it, and invert the selection so that the mask is black. And then, with a white brush, let's reveal the parts we want. In this case, we are working in the shadows. Then I duplicated the hue and saturation layer from the horns and put it masked to the elephant because he needs to have the color shades of it. And then I started revealing the colors and exploring the color modes to overlay and opacities to make it brighter. After I needed to add some reflections to the rock, so I duplicated again the hue and saturation layer and start painting the light reflections on the ground. I thought the image needed more light, so I duplicated the main hue and saturation and paint a larger brush with the opacity to make more realistic the overall image. Then I think that the sky needed to be brighter, so I add a lightness to it and to give the depth sense of the sky comparing to the elephant. I added a Gaussian blur. So the sky is cool right now, but I thought a moon could make even better the image. So I pasted one and set the layer mode to screen and mask it the same hue and saturation values from the horns and elephant. So I try to keep the ambient colors of the image. And now part of the image is more brighter, so I painted a wider brush on that mask. And because of the addition of the moon, maybe the elephant should be a little darker on this side, so I added a new brightness and contrast layer and start adjusting that. And I think I kinda like this work, so to finish it out I will do some camera raw color adjustments on the exposure, contrast, highlights and shadows, and add some texture and veinting so to make the image look more scenic, to make the colors pop a little bit more. And just before save it, I will add some blur to our ground by add a tilt shift blur and adjust it to the ground. And just a little bit on the top part of the moon to have more depth in the image. But then I realized that I could give more light to the horns because they are the main subject to catch our eyes in this image, so I added a new layer with a soft brush and painted it with the yellow and changed the opacity. And there you go. If you liked this video, make sure you leave a like and a comment about what you think of this video, and if you like my content, don't forget to subscribe. Thank you, and I hope I'll see you in my next video.